Waiting so patient, I'm going places, can't fake it. My heart is so cold, my energy is contagious. All the pain, I can't take it. I'm staying grounded and grateful, cause I know everything that I've been through only made me. Yeah, my blessings daily, yeah, they've been nice and shady, but I don't take it personal, know the memories faded. I'm enjoying the moment, I've been smelling the roses, taking time to reflect, stepping back, the truth unfolding,
All right, let's get started. Ready to go.
God is dawn. Like and subscribe. Comment some night. Loving this light. Yes, God is dawn. God is dawn. God is dawn.
Yes, yes, yes. Peace, world, peace. Welcome or welcome back to Goddess Dawn Speaks. Yes, I am Goddess Dawn, the warrior baby, live on this Wednesday, September 14th, 2022. Verdict day. Yes, it's in R. Kelly's federal Chicago trial. And we can technically call it R. Kelly's trial with no co-defendants because the co-defendants were acquitted. We're going to get into all the details. You know what I'm saying? The jury understood some of the assignment. We could give them that. Yes. So the jury understood some of the assignment. Not all the assignment, but we'll take it. We'll take the incomplete assignment, okay? Because really ain't nothing changed. Ain't nothing really changed. Time on top of time, baby. Time on top of time. We did it, Joe. Yep, we did it, Joe. But like I said, we'll get into all the details. But first, let me say hi. Let me say hi to the warriors in the chat. Appreciate you guys for taking time to come and see me talk about this situation. Been waiting a long time for this one. Long time. Let me see. Let me start at the top here. What's going on, Wow Wayne? Thank you for being here, holding it down. Hazel E. Yes. Thomas Reese. Yes, King. Thank you for being here. Yes. Wow Wayne. Again, I already said you, but you deserve 2 shout outs. What's going on, people? Let me keep scrolling. Miss Della's here with her octopus. Chrissy Power. Yes, Queen. Yes, yes, yes. Everybody is showing up and showing out tonight. Love Warriors here. Yes, she is working, but she is tuned in as best as possible. Again, I appreciate everybody in a different time zone. I'm on the West Coast. It's still early. I'm literally just finishing up my actual work day myself. So, but I'm here. You know what I'm saying? We here together. We're going to get into this stuff. Linda Demery, hello. And thank you also. You've been very generous with the donations. I'm just going to put that out there. Thank you for sending the love. Hazel E, I think I spoke to you, but hi again. Marcus XR, what's going on, King? Yes. Let's see. Michelle Hurd, yes. Hug the babies for me. Jay, man, we did it. We did it, Jay. You got out of class early. Okay, cool. Yes, we're going to get into all of that. Miss Mocha, hello to you. Lisa Girl 1100, hey, hey. Lucky Penny, yes. Love it, love it, love it, and love it. Miss Hazel Eyes. Yes, Shamina Wright. Hello. Woo. I know it's a lot probably going on in these YouTube streets too. I don't know who's, live or whatnot, but I do appreciate you choosing the goddess. Mystique 428, yes. Juti, shout out. Did I miss something? There's a loss I'm seeing. Let me scroll up. Michelle Hurd. Okay, Michelle Hurd. Prayers to you and your family. Oh, wow. Yes, condolences to you. Prayers up. Yes, I was a young widow myself, so definitely my heart goes out. That girl. Yes, G. Washington, what's going on? Hey, T, welcome back. Yes. All the claps. Can we get some bells in the chat? Some hearts in the chat? You know what I'm saying? Jane got her justice. And all the Janes who were watching are getting their virtual justice also. Just want to get this comment down. I think we'll just get into these news clips first, and I'll drop the link once I get these the information from these news clips. There's a lot of information because there's still misinformation happening out here in these YouTube streets. Even after today, people are still spreading lies and misinformation. So, I'm here for that. I'm here to straighten it out. Lita Reese, yes, 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 yes. Woohoo is right, child. This is the energy. Okay, so let me get started with the first news link. But before we do that, let's just remind ourselves who we were dealing with here, since I have it up. So yeah, this is what it is. This is where we're at. This is why we're here. Let's see what happened today, though. Oopsie. Ah, I'm gonna have to go edit that out. Okay. Let's see. Jurors reach. Okay. Give me a second, y'all. We'll start with the prosecution.
Thank you. Thank you. This afternoon, a federal jury returned guilty verdicts on 6 counts against Robert Kelly. Those guilty verdicts producing child pornography, and 3 of those verdicts were guilty for Robert Kelly enticing to engage in sexual activity. Robert Kelly and his 2 co-defendants were acquitted of other counts they were charged with in the indictment. The evidence at the trial in this case revealed reprehensible conduct. That Mr. Kelly engaged in sex acts with multiple girls under the age of 18, and he recorded some of those sex acts on video. We are pleased with the fact that Robert Kelly is finally being held accountable for we are particularly pleased that Robert Kelly is finally being held responsible for the abuse of his 14-year-old goddaughter. As you may recall, that was the subject of the 2008 trial in Cook County. And the jury in this case found him guilty of that very same conduct.
Breaking news.
For these counts on which Robert Kelly has been convicted, he's facing very severe prison sentences. On the first 3 counts in the indictment, each of the child pornography production counts is facing a sentence of 10 to 20 years imprisonment. On each of the enticement counts, he's facing a sentence of 0 to 10 years imprisonment. So overall, Robert Kelly is facing a prison sentence of 10 to 90 years imprisonment based on the jury's finding in this case. That we're very thankful. Obviously, we're disappointed in the not guilty verdicts on remaining counts. I would like to thank really truly the outstanding work of many people who has been able to bring Robert Kelly to justice here today. First, I'd like to thank the prosecutors in this case, MIT Fairfax Attorney's Office, outstanding people who worked tirelessly for years in order to put this case together and to bring Robert Kelly to justice. More prosecutors here will find me and other staff members in my office. Second, the law enforcement officers who for years worked tirelessly to work with the victims in these cases and to bring the evidence that we were able to show in this case. Most notably, the Department of Homeland Security Investigation, the IRS Criminal Investigation Division, who were the agents in this case, in particular on the federal side. And we'd also like to thank the outstanding work of the Chicago Police Department and the Cook County State's Attorney's Office for what they've done over the years on this as well. But really, most importantly, and I think the main reason why I'm down here right now, is I want to thank victims. I want to thank the survivors. They are survivors. People who survived Robert Kelly and his years of abuse at his hands. Their courage to come into this courtroom and to stand before the jury and to reveal the unspeakable things that that man did to them and then videotape them. It's remarkable. Their courage in coming forward, their perseverance, and their resolve to be here years later to tell their story is truly remarkable. And these verdicts, these guilty verdicts in this case, it not only vindicates them, vindicates the other individuals who came forward in this case to tell their stories as well. Right? And so with that, I'm happy to answer any questions. I do. It's hard. I mean, we can see this case in particular, right? And we had a case where there was evidence on it that was presented to the jury, video evidence that was presented to the jury, and what I hope this shows the victims, again now the survivors in cases like this, is that it's important to come forward and that you have law enforcement, whether state or whether federal law enforcement, we will be there for them in order to hold accountable those people who did those unspeakable things to them. Yeah, well, I mean, of course, charged McDavid and Brown is because we believed that we can prove beyond reasonable doubt that they committed crimes in this case. We believe those are righteous charges then. We believe those are righteous charges now. We respect the jury's verdicts in this case as we do and as we must. But the allegations in the indictment were that they obstructed justice, and we believe that's in fact what happened. Again, the jury found otherwise in this case, but they were righteous defendants in our mind, and that's why we brought the case.
I know the questions are like deaf, mute. I mean,
I
can't
don't
hear.
know if that would change jurors' minds or not. But what I will say, because I've heard one of the comments about that, what her not testifying. Let's think about what the conduct was here again. Okay, this was that individual, Brittany, engaged in a threesome. Right, Brittany, who was a minor, engaged in a threesome with another person, and the third person in that threesome was Robert Kelly. And one of those people got on the stand and told about the horrific conduct that occurred in that case. Right, that was absolutely a righteous charge to bring the Justice Authority, and we would bring that again tomorrow. I'm not going to get into that as to why she wasn't there. I understand why you're asking for that. Don't feel too focused. Yes, that's a great question, Jason. So the question is could we ask that the sentence here be consecutive to the one in New York? And the answer is yes. So the judge will have discretion, as I understand it, that the sentence in this case, which will be 10 to 90 years, can either be concurrent or consecutive. But I will tell you, when we have cases like this, when we have instances where defendants are convicted of committing other offenses, we're asking for that stuff to be consecutive, and I expect that we will do so here. We'll speak more formally in our sentencing papers out loud, but yes, this could be a consecutive sentence, and I expect that's what we're going to ask for. Thank you. Thank you all.
All right, you heard the man. 10 to 90 years. That's right, Miss Della. He's facing 10 to 90 years for the 6 counts that he was found guilty on. Let me bring those up real quick again. So the first 3 are the child pornography charges. Then count 9, the enticement of a minor, criminal sex abuse. Counts 10 and 12 also. So he wasn't found guilty of the obstruction of justice, the count 4 for the child porn, and that might have been the videotape 4, and then the receiving of the child porn. There was count 11 and 13, and I believe that might be Tracy and is it Brittany? I don't know if she was in there, but I think that's those 2, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not positive, but we will continue to listen because I think it's important to hear what the lawyers have to say after the fact. After we hear these clips, we'll chop it up. So let's pull up. I believe this next one is which one is it? I think it's the somebody who was in the courtroom.
Juries convicted R. Kelly on 16 counts he faced in the federal trial, while his co-defendants have been acquitted on all charges.
And our WGN's Julian Cruz is joining us from the federal building with the very latest on the verdict read there in the courtroom. Julian.
Well, Ray and Mike, a stunning moment here at the Dirksen Federal Building. R. Kelly in the courtroom as they read the verdict. Our investigative producer, Charles, is standing by here, and he was in the courtroom, and you saw R. Kelly's reaction. How did it go down?
He was very subdued when the jury verdict was read out. You have to remember, this is the second 10-12 months that a jury has convicted him. His co-defendants, Daryl McDavid and Milton G. Brown, who were both acquitted, however, were very in their joy at being acquitted. McDavid actually shot out of his chair, raised both his fists above his head, and proclaimed yes before the court staff headed right out of the clock. McDavid then exchanged some very tearful hugs with his defense attorneys, Vadim Lozman and Noel Ridley. McDavid also hugged Kelly, gave him a quick little peck on the cheek as the verdicts were read out. As Kelly was being led out of the courtroom, Milton Brown attempted to give him a hug as well. However, U.S. Marshal's office got in between them as no physical contact is allowed. But you could hear Kelly tell Brown, quote, "I love you, bro," as he was being led out of the courtroom.
It was quite a scene, and we heard R. Kelly's attorney, Jennifer Bonjean, saying that Kelly is used to getting bad news. This is a mixed verdict, 6 of the 13 original counts, but Jennifer Bonjean discussed, R. Kelly is devastated. He's in one regard, he's happy that this is behind him, but he was already looking at a 30-year sentence in New York. So we're talking about decades of additional years.
Exactly right. A 30-year sentence handed down to him by this year. Those convicted of federal child pornography charges often see hefty sentences themselves, at least a couple decades. So it's all that more likely that Kelly will receive another multi-decade sentence whenever he's sentenced in this case.
Just quickly, the seem to just fall to the ground. I mean, that's got to be a deployment for the government.
More than likely. The conspiracy charges were, I would say, the most complicated arguments that prosecutors had to present to jurors, and even for the reporters in the room watching the arguments unfold, it was tough to follow. Obviously, Kelly was acquitted of all those conspiracy charges, as were his co-defendants. But again, the convictions on the child pornography and criminal sexual abuse charges should mean a multi-decade sentence whenever that happens.
Sam Charles, thank you so much for your hard work during this trial. So just an incredible moment here in Chicago's federal courthouse, and a scene that I think none of us expected would move this quickly. Jurors deliberating just over 10 hours, including a few hours that they had deliberated yesterday. And as we have said before, even though Kelly was acquitted on some of those counts, he is facing some serious jail time. Micah and Ray, back to you.
Let's go to Dana Rabbit right now with the latest. Thank you, Julian.
Hi, Ray and Micah. As Julian mentioned, R. Kelly's attorney, Jennifer Bonjean, spoke here in the lobby of the Dirksen Federal Courthouse after this verdict was handed down. She said that this is closure now on a chapter in many people's lives, including R. Kelly. And she said she felt that.
I think we have Bonjean. So let me just stop this here. So yeah, so he why was McDavid able to hug R. Kelly and Brown couldn't? I mean, is this yet more white privilege happening here? Or not even just white, it's more so class thing. His lawyer called the judge Joe at one point during the proceedings. So that just told me how comfortable they are with each other. He told Milton, I love you, bro. And McDavid jumping up in the air with his arms up. I read somewhere he said he's buying drinks for everybody. I think we're going to see his, let me pull up his team.
Upset.
Wait, is this the right one? Let me see. Oh, you told me to go to Miss Della. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing with this one. Hold on, y'all. 35 minutes. Okay. There's no 35-minute mark here. I don't.
Agenda. People.
Hold on. Okay, I think I found it. Is that the 4 hour mark? All right.
Pornography counts. Kelly was acquitted, though, on the same charge related to another video, which is the only video in the indictment jurors did not see. We do have some video of him. We're going to hear now, of course, from both the prosecution side and R. Kelly's team of defense lawyers. They were speaking moments ago outside of the courtroom. The verdict was just handed down by the jury. And so we're also going to be as well speaking with one of our Fox 32 Chicago reporters who is also on the scene just to get reaction, getting some sound from witnesses and others. But let's listen into the prosecution, how they are responding to their win today.
This is actually McDavid's team, not the prosecution.
You know, it's been a long period of years for Daryl McDavid. The United States government decided to wait 20 years to bring charges against somebody that had no business being charged with a crime. What this verdict proves is that 12 people acknowledge that which was always true. The work done by Daryl McDavid and Robert Kelly's lawyers, Edward Jensen and Jerry Margolis, was great work. They did a great job. They did the right thing. And this jury has exonerated Daryl McDavid and exonerated those men right along with it. And we are grateful to these jurors for being willing to listen to the evidence. Grateful for these jurors to be able to see that when a lie is told on the witness stand, it will not be accepted. 2 witnesses chose to lie, implicate this man, and drag him through this experience from 2019 until today. And now it's over. Lisa Van Allen, Chuck, you are liars. You've been liars. 12 people have said that you are liars. And that's the message that they need to receive. And I think that's the message that needs to go to the United States government. Because these people should never have been relied on. This case should have never been brought against Daryl McDavid. And we are so grateful for having the honor and the chance to defend him, to prove it, and to stand up for what Ed did, Ed Jensen, and what Jerry did, and what Daryl did. They did the right thing in trying to defend R. Kelly in 2002 and 2008, and we have done the right thing here. When Daryl David took that witness stand, he did it so everyone would hear the whole story. And now that story has been heard, and this jury has spoken.
Mr. Finley, your client here making comments.
Sure,
Just
briefly.
First of all, I love Mr. Jensen. I love the lawyers less. There's 2 men here are there to the throne. They stood tirelessly beside me for 3 years. And they stepped up. They got the job done. Mike, can't thank you enough. Matt. My son got out of law school, worked on this case till 3:30 every morning. Find his father not guilty. Thank you and God bless you all.
Thanks, everybody. Oh, yeah. Lee?
So what do y'all think about that? His son helped him get off. His son graduated from law school and got right to work on the case, child. Can you imagine defending your father against these types of charges alongside of an R. Kelly? All right, lastly, let's hear from Bonehead Cockroach, Bone Cockroach.
Deal with. And today, frankly, as you know,
Let me go back a little.
Is accusing them of conspiring to cover up Kelly's alleged sexual abuse of children by buying back incriminating videotapes and paying off witnesses. This was stemming from that 2008 case in Chicago, of which Kelly was also acquitted. So his business associates were acquitted on those charges. Now, right now, we want to hear from R. Kelly's defense team about the charges at hand, about these 3 child pornography charges that a jury found him guilty on just moments ago. Let's listen in.
I'm sorry. Yeah, come here. You guys come. Yeah. So yes, today we are finally putting closure on a chapter in a lot of people's lives, including Mr. Kelly's. At least I hope. We still have some business in Cook County to deal with. And today, frankly, as you know, there was a mixed verdict, but we won more counts than we lost. And what is reassuring about this, and something that I have been fighting for and was fighting for from the beginning, is that if this jury concluded that he was guilty on the first 3 counts, would they care enough to consider the evidence on the rest? And they demonstrated that they did. And they did their job. They looked at each count separately, and they obviously concluded, as I concluded long ago, as this case was overcharged. The government wanted to, as I said during my closing arguments, be greedy, and they charged counts they couldn't win and that they shouldn't have. And now, and not just, as Mr. Kelly, but obviously the co-defendants. So I wouldn't imagine they're celebrating right now, and they shouldn't be. They should go back and figure out, whether their approach to this case was the right one. So this, again, obviously, it's not, we're not celebrating a win entirely, but we are happy that the jury really did look at each count. And as I said in my closing arguments, each count counts. They did their job, and we ended up with 7 not guilty counts in a 13 count, right? Seven not guilty counts in a 13 count indictment. So, listen, Mr. Kelly is used to bad news. He has a 30-year sentence, which is egregious and excessive in my view, out of New York, in a case that never should have been charged the way it was charged. So, he's still got many fights to fight. But what he did say is that he had a sense of relief that this particular case was not in the future, it was in the past now. And he had a sense of relief, and that probably would have been whatever way it came out, but I think he is really behind him. Yeah, yes, of course, we have some issues that we believe are appealable issues, meritorious appealable issues. I don't know that I'm ready to talk about all of them, but there's a couple that come to mind. So I can't speak to what they will do there, but they got their guilty. They got it. They got the guilty verdicts on the first 3 counts of this indictment, which is the child pornography counts. So I'm not exactly sure what they want to go forward on, but we'll find out. We'll take them. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Well, obviously, incredibly. So the jury did not believe Chuck Freeman. The jury did not believe Lisa Allen. The jury did not, did I say that? Lisa Van Allen, right. The jury did not believe Tracy. The jury did not accept that you could charge an indictment and not even bring a witness in, that being Brittany, which was, really offensive in my view. You're going to charge someone with serious offenses that carry serious time, and you don't even think you have to bring that witness in to tell what happened. So those are all, to me, good signs. But credibility was everything. Absolutely. That's how the government rolls. That's how they roll. They don't even believe in their own evidence to put pressure on other people to try to get them to flip. That's exactly what happened, and I'm glad they got it. But that didn't work out for them. Well, yes, R. Kelly has been prosecuted in the media since really Surviving R. Kelly. It's been a nonstop proposition, and Surviving R. Kelly is really the reason for prosecutions, where the federal governments have really, and I don't know that people understand how creative and how aggressive the charging has been to get around statutes of limitations here. And that was all driven by Surviving R. Kelly. So, I don't know, I guess the power of the media is very strong. The problem is that, Surviving R. Kelly, as you all realize, probably if you've ever seen it, is that the stars of Surviving R. Kelly, one of them, Lisa Van Allen, was found not credible once you brought her into court. Andrea Kelly, who was, not a witness in this case, but she certainly was mentioned in, I would say, unflattering light throughout this trial. She was one of the big stars of Surviving R. Kelly. So, it should go to show you these docuseries, it's not the same as a court of law in the adversarial process. Yeah, he had even before he left the MDC in Brooklyn, his leg, and I don't know exactly how. As you may have noticed, he's kind of been limping in and out of the courtroom here and there. And it hasn't really gotten better. So we're hoping that he doesn't have to make a long trip back to New York for the restitution hearing, which is going to be next. Yeah. So this, I'm not going to talk about my, those types of conversations I have with my client. You can come to sentencing yourself, because I'm sure he will, but he may have something to say there. I will say this about my client, and I think it's often overlooked, and I begged the jury to remember being, and I think they did. This is a man who that was never resolved because he became a superstar very young, and there were not people surrounding him that wanted to get him the help to treat the trauma that he had. Okay. And so I think we can't lose sight of that going into a sentencing hearing. It was something I emphasized in New York. So, I think there's going to be a sentencing hearing here, obviously, and there'll be more to say about those things. You talking about the our position is no. I'm sure the government will have an argument. I don't know if it's discretionary. I haven't done the research entirely into whether or not it's certainly not mandatory. Okay. It's certainly not mandatory. At best, it's discretionary, and we would be arguing that they should not be stacked. Of course, we are talking about the same victim, right? In fact, one of the inducement counts was also Jane. So you're really talking about this one person who everyone heard in court, and And I think that will play a role in how this all shakes out in sentencing. Well, it hasn't been set yet. I don't think.
All right.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, this is, go ahead.
We don't care. We don't care who you are, people. All right. You heard her. Yulita, your devices, it says, aren't connected. I'm not sure. Miss Della, you can pop back in. The link is pinned to the top. Anybody want to come in? Come on in. The echo. Okay, well, the video's over, so.
Oh.
Hey. Oh, you caused
Hello.
the echo. You caused the echo. Hi.
Yes, I did. That's why I clicked off hello.
Hello.
So this is
Yes.
this has been interesting.
It's been very interesting.
So even though we know that, okay, so I'm gonna go back to Jim. I agreed with Jim. I said that I was kind of worried about they didn't produce the tapes, and he felt that they were a little weak. And not for R. Kelly, but for McDavid and them. So I'm happy. You know, I am happy. I think they could have pushed a little bit harder. You know, Lisa Van Allen, you know, bless her soul. You know, she didn't want to show up in court. You know, she probably was nervous. That's a lot. So again, he recorded his own convictions. Bonjean can kind of stand up there and say anything she want to say. Those 3 counts, 10 to 20 years apiece. The enticement or whatever it is, 0 to 10 years. On sentencing day, you get up there and not make a speech, act like you don't give a shit, and this judge is gonna probably give your ass the max as well.
Yeah, he's already petitioning to not show up for, oh no, I'm sorry, that's restitution, not sentencing. He has that leg injury, you know, so he's trying to come in on video for restitution. But yeah, we don't have the sentencing date just yet. But yeah, he supposedly he's gonna speak. I don't think he will.
He
but-
said he was gonna speak last time, and you know what? It's sad, you know, just of course on YouTube today. Oh my God, I can't believe he was convicted. The tape was fake. The girls were of age. These people are crazy. He convicted, he recorded his own convictions. That's the bottom line. I don't want to hear and listen to Bonjean at the end stating, well, you know, you had a lot of people, you know, he started up very young. There's a lot of people that may start young in their career. You had millions and millions of dollars if you chose to want to get help. You don't want no help. You had a problem. You know, and it's a shame that a lot of this didn't come up. You know, I'm pretty sure Bonjean, you know, she did the best she could by blocking everything. You paid over a dozen women money. You didn't pay them money because you didn't want to tear his name up in the media. You paid them money because you know damn where those people were. You paid them money in the NDA because they were underage. Face it. I don't know why in the hell did somebody think that this man was not going to be found guilty. Now, they only played clips of the video. The man recorded himself with his goddaughter. It is sickening. So you paint this woman out to be some kind of hussy or something. This was a little child on a grown man. What did she say? He started asking what color panties you wear. What? You're 30-something years old on a child. And if you don't see anything wrong with that, then that's a problem. But again, we're happy we would take this because again, you already, and I'm sorry. Oh, but don't worry about it. They're going to go ahead and appeal this and then it'll be time served. No, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that at all. He's going to be in jail for the rest of his life. That's just the bottom line. I'm sorry to say that. You know, I don't know. But let's see if Bonjean do her magic. However, it's not, you cannot stop, erase the vision of what somebody have seen on those tapes. You said it on the tape.
They can't unsee it. They can't unsee it.
They can see it. They just don't want to see it.
They can't unsee it.
That motherfucker's guilty. That motherfucker's guilty. That motherfucker's guilty. I'm walking out of work. That motherfucker's guilty. That motherfucker's guilty. That motherfucker's guilty. That motherfucker's guilty. He's guilty. Hey, y'all.
I'm trying to find it so I can play it. There we go.
Yes. Yes, motherfuckers guilty. That motherfucker's guilty. Here go my head, Mr. Della. He's guilty. Watch my head, Mr. Della. Got that head action. All right, y'all. What's happening? Whoa, I couldn't get it. I gotta make it.
That's right, J Man. You're damn right. Sitting up here. I don't know why in the world you're gonna think this man is not gonna be found guilty. It's just unheard of. And so it's not laughable. I'm sorry, it's not a laughing matter. But it's funny that now you're throwing McDavid and them under, but they sold him out to save themselves. Shit, Mel Brown, you barely even knew he was there if they ain't call his damn name. They didn't have enough evidence to convict, even though McDavid lied through his teeth, but they felt that they didn't have enough evidence.
McDavid lied and lied and lied.
Yeah,
his attorney had the nerve to stand there and say that this should teach people that you can't get up on the stand and lie. When that's literally what they did. And he even lied, the attorney, during the press conference with something he said. I don't remember right now. But these people, listen, but I'm going to tell you what, Brindley, that's my guy. Bo Brindley, I will hire him in a heartbeat. I'm telling you, he done beat 2 Fed cases at this point.
Yeah, that's pretty tough to do. You gotta give it to him with credit with that. That's pretty tough to beat the Feds.
Yes, it is. And they did look, their faces look kind of disappointing. They did. They all look beat. However, They case could have been a little bit stronger. So, we saw a little, but that's okay. It's fine.
Exactly.
It ain't like, it's fine. I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm satisfied with the verdict. We all know what the hell happened in 2008. We all know how he was trying to hide that girl and all this and that. It all came out.
That's right. Yeah, they probably, we didn't get the conspiracy, but Jane, I'm sure God has already said, Jane led the charge. Jane got her say so. She testified. And thank God, he was found guilty on that. Already said Jane led the charge. Jane got her.
That background on you, Miss Reese. I'm going to mute you till you.
One can see and hear you.
You got your, you need to mute one of your devices, Miss Reese. But welcome. Definitely want to hear from you.
Miss Lisa.
Yes. So, beautiful spirit, Hazel Eyes, thank you for asking. I did want to tell you guys, she was going to be here. She actually had a situation right before we went live. If you guys could just, send prayers up for her and her family. But yeah, we'll see her probably on the next one. But yeah, so let me check you, Lita. Her family. You need to check if your phone is on, volume is up, or your computer or your TV.
You gotta shut one of them down there.
Yeah, because it's giving us background.
Echo. So how about this, your leader? Say, "Hi, baby Yoda." Let me see what you sound like.
Oh God, sing it to us.
So how about this, your leader? Say,
clear her throat.
Hi, baby Yoda. Let me see what you sound like.
Hi, baby Yoda.
Sing it to us. You still got a little echo. Say,
yeah, it's a big echo. It's a big echo. You can't. I'm gonna give you a second to take care of that.
You got a little echo. When you let us know when you're ready, and then she'll take you off the thing. So Because we want to hear from you.
For
You saw
sure.
Miss P doing her head bopping.
Whipping her hair back and forth.
Yeah.
So, where was I at? So yeah, so when you guys, so basically, you know, I had to check in with some of the YouTubers. You know what I'm saying? You good, Yulita?
I think so. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right.
Better.
Welcome.
Well, hello, ladies. Hello in the chat.
Hello.
Hi, everybody. We won!
Yes.
Yay!
We the dope.
I'm almost home, y'all. Hang in. I'll be back in just a second. Just give me a couple minutes. I'm almost home.
Okay, but don't break your neck now. We're here.
Okay.
Take your time.
All right.
Not too much time, but yeah. Okay. Yulita, what's going on?
Yeah.
Give us your thoughts. What you got in your
Well,
mind?
my thoughts is Sunday of last week, my brother took my daughter and I, we just moved here recently new to San Antonio. I came here to join my brother after being apart for so many years. And my brother was a rep at RCA Records, which the department that he worked with was Jive Records for some 8 years. And during that period, we're talking 1999 to 2009, 10 years. During that time, he dealt with R. Kelly. R. Kelly had to come to LA. R. Kelly had to do promotions for his albums.
We listening.
Oh, I think her audio dropped. Yulita? Oh, I think her audio went out. Damn it.
It was getting good, girl.
Yes, it was too.
Daughter, come here. My audio dropped.
No, you're there. Now we hear you.
We hear you now.
Hey, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for a 17-year-old. All right, so he's like, you guys just don't understand. He's like, I remember just looking at the nigga, which is what he said, and we would be at these promotional parties, promoting whatever album had come up at that time, and there would be these beautiful women with hair down to their waist and the bodies and the outfits. And I just remember noticing this man staring at this one little kid in the corner, could have been more than 13 or 14 years old, with braces on. So he just wasn't interested in full-fledged developed women. He liked children. And so once that story was rumored with him marrying Aaliyah, I mean, it went all through the record company. They knew, and they encouraged it. They didn't do nothing to stop it. No record exec ever showed up with a therapist or a psychiatrist or nothing like that. They just said, man, keep making them hits. You're beautiful, man. Good,
Right.
So it just, I don't know, it just really just stands out in my mind that just over lunch, for my brother to mention that how he noticed when he would be at these promotional parties, how R. Kelly moved throughout the room. He wasn't trying to get beautiful Diana's phone number or get with beautiful Barbara. He was looking at that freaking kid, someone's kid that came to the promotional party bringing their young girl.
Someone that he can manipulate, honey.
And so my brother is 6'5", and R. Kelly plays basketball. My brother played basketball for in high school. He never played in college, but R. Kelly knew that my brother was a baller. And it's just really funny. He never would play with him. He said every time R. Kelly came to town, he always asked him, come on, man, meet us at the spot. We're going to throw some ball. Afterwards, we're going to, light up some smoke, throw down some Hennessy. And my brother, well, of course, my brother doesn't drink or smoke, but he said he just never wanted to play basketball with him. He just never wanted to participate.
Your brother's a smart man.
No, he just didn't like his vibe. He's
not smart? You don't think he's a smart man?
I know he is, but no.
You said
but
no. Don't say no.
We were brought up all our lives to just believe in your vibrations that you feel about people.
Smart
and he
man.
just said, He just felt like that there was just something about him he just didn't like, a darkness, you know? Yeah. So, yeah. So I promised the chat yesterday that if we won, we did. And I want to say this for the record. I'm a little bit disappointed. I think Daryl McDavid, I think he got off scot-free. I do think that he has something to answer to, maybe not in this life, but he was there. You know, I just think that the jury was just so turned off by Showtime and his antics, $1 million, that they were just like, you know, there's just no way. But I'm just lost without words that they couldn't see that he had something to do with the trial in 2008 and how he train wrecked that. I can't believe.
Yeah, they seem to have struggled. Those were the last two charges that they were struggling with. They came to the judge and said they couldn't decide on the charges on the, you know, for the two co-defendants. But I think it kind of stemmed around the videos, though.
It did, and by them not having the fourth one did indeed, with the one with Tracy, it did indeed impact their decision making on just this whole thing. So
there's a Marcus Foreman backstage. Do we know Marcus Foreman? We'll let him up. Let's see.
Hello.
Marcus Foreman.
Marcus.
Yeah. Hey, they didn't believe that Tracy girl because the prosecutor did not prep her right.
Okay. I agree.
But if they would have prepped her right, they didn't. That's why they lost 7 of the 6 counts. But he's still gonna get about 80 years, so it really don't matter.
Right. Exactly. So you think so? What else do you think was the issue with why he, you know, the other issues, the other charges?
The other charges, McDavid got on there lying. No, I didn't believe a word he said out of his mouth. But the only reason why he got out because he threw R. Kelly up under the bus.
Mm-hmm.
And when he threw R. Kelly up on the bus, I'm from Chicago, by the way.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? We don't mess with R. Kelly.
Okay. We hear differently, you know, from different.
No, listen, didn't
different
nobody
channels.
show up
I'll
at
say
his
not
trial?
over here, but
He had nobody at his trial. It was empty as hell out there.
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
Huh?
Okay. Damn. So
You
you
know
were
what
at the
I'm saying?
trial.
We don't mess
So you
with him. We've been knowing that nigga was guilty for a long time. He just been getting away with the stuff. He should have left the stuff alone when he got away with it in 2008.
Okay, for sure. So you were at the trial?
I went by there, but wasn't nobody out there.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I know it wasn't that many people in the courtroom.
Exactly. And for him to be so famous, where was all his witnesses at?
Right, he only had 3 witnesses all together. For the whole defense had 3 witnesses. And the old boy was on the trial. Daryl McDavid was on the trial for 3 days.
wow.
Yeah, one of those witnesses was Bone Cockroach's employee. So I don't even
right. But why she talking about it's a win for them? He's still finna get 80 years because this judge that judge right there, he a lifer judge. He don't play no games.
I heard that about him.
He don't play no games.
He seemed like he was a little tired. I mean, I know he's 85.
Right. He was just trying to hurry up and get the case over with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff he didn't let come in, which he should have let came in. Then he probably would have got convicted on all 13 counts.
Like Barry Hankerson.
Do you all think that this trial, if you want to compare apples and oranges, that New York was better prepared, that the Chicago was a little sloppy?
Exactly.
Yeah. I think Jim DeRogatis said the same thing. He said that he felt they were sloppy in this trial versus New York. Just a lot of holes, you know?
Yeah.
So,
see, they was confident about them tapes, but they didn't prepare their witnesses.
Right.
That's what that was.
Yeah. Yeah. Once Jane's mother, she was after her once she got on the witness stand, and that We listened to the testimony and how they were so different in the way that they testified about what took place and what went on and their experience in dealing with R. Kelly. And they were just like from two different people that were in the same situation, the involvement, mother and daughter. How could their stories be so different? Then I was like, oh, damn, we're in trouble.
Listen, he paid them off. That's the truth. Look, I've been knowing about R. Kelly. R. Kelly gave my cousin herpes. On everything I love.
No.
When
Male
she
or
was 15
female?
years old.
Oh, wow.
Who?
Yeah,
Who?
he been nasty for a long time.
Oh, man.
On everything I love. We've been knowing about him. That's why Chicago don't mess with him.
Yeah. Can I ask you this? Is it true that a lot of the gang members or gangs in Chicago kind of was like, because they knew the areas that R. Kelly liked to go to and hang around at, that they threatened him and they told him not to come to certain areas, that they were going to beat him down?
Yeah, they didn't like him.
So
He ain't never done
I'm gonna
nothing for
speak on
Chicago.
this.
He
So-
ain't never did nothing for Chicago.
Is another YouTuber. Her name is The Truth. She is the only person that I listen to outside of of course, our daughter. She said the same thing about riding around. That when they saw that black broke down limousine coming in the gang, they ran his ass out of that area, picking up them the young girls.
Because he's a pedophile.
Boom. There it is. I mean, and I don't understand why people, because there are people who are in Chicago currently on other channels. He's so supported. He did so much for the city. He's such a great man. Why? I don't get that. Because you
Hey,
seem
y'all
like
want to hear something funny? I was
Tell
on
me.
Lady D channel today. She blocked me. I cussed
That's
her
one
out.
of them. That's one of them.
Look, I cussed her out real good. I said, your pedophile buddy got convicted today.
Yes. I love it. That was today?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to go in there.
You know what I'm talking about, how they convict him? Because he's guilty. That's what I told her.
I got her right here. Listen, this is what she had to say real quick. Quick. That's all she could say. That damn tape. That goddamn tape.
Can't unsee what you see.
Exactly.
So that means she's okay with it. She's
that lady
she's
is
down
60
with him
years
sleeping
old.
with children.
And look, so that means you will, like I told her, you will put your own daughter with R. Kelly.
They're so disgusting and vile.
Does
How
that
they
lady have a
all
daughter? I'm sorry, Love Warrior. Does Lady D have a daughter? I am curious. Do you know? Marcus?
No, I don't know. I don't
Oh,
know.
I thought you were saying her
I
daughter.
know she be on there going in talking about, if you ain't riding with R. Kelly, you don't come on my channel talking this mess. I say as soon as he get found guilty, I'm gonna go over there and talk real mess to him.
Okay, I was just checking. Go ahead, Love Warrior.
they're so disgusting and vile how they are going around. I only could peep here and there, but how they were saying that the charges that he did, the 6 charges that he did get found guilty on, they were just probationary type charges, or
please.
and the man's up for 30 years on just 3 of the charges that he's been convicted on.
Hey,
up to 90 years, and they're lying to the subscribers. They're sitting up there lying about it.
Right. 10 to 30 years on 3 charges. He's facing up to 10 to 90 years for all 6 charges he got convicted.
Oh, yeah. And
But they're lying to their subscribers. This was just so vile and disgusting. It's already gonna be time served, and the appeal may take a year, so he's only gonna do the 3 he's already got plus a year. He'll be out. Like they just lying.
He's coming
It's
home.
disgusting.
That nigga ain't never coming home. He out of here.
Marcus, can I ask you a question?
You sure can.
Now that this has happened and it's a wrap, more or less, he can appeal until the crows fly home, or whatever that expression is. But from a man's standpoint, or from someone being in Chicago, probably having family members that may have had an opportunity to go to a federal prison on something, with what you know, what do you think life will be like for him? I mean, because his money is gone. He doesn't have it. They're talking about he's got $500 in his commissary, which is nothing. My daughter's laughing. He's got $500.
Right, and then the feds, look, y'all didn't listen to this. The feds found the $5 million that he had hid.
Woo!
And they confiscated that too.
Yes, we do know that.
Yeah, we heard that. Yeah, we knew that. And that's good. They need to get everything he's making. These people want to brag that. Matter of fact, I have some audio. You know, I mean, with the audio.
No, the reason why I'm mentioning that, because even when, like, years ago when Al Capone went to jail, he got beat down once he got in there. Same thing happened with John Gotti. He got jumped on because
got beat up too.
He already got his butt whooped one time. Yeah.
At least the one that we know of, I'm sure is more.
That's
so
right.
if all he has is $500 in his commissary, how much protection pay can that? You know, I'm just saying.
No, wait a minute. Let's not. Wait. Let's know that Keith, the money man, I'm pretty sure he still has money. I really do believe that.
You think that really got it?
I do. I think he has access to money. Yes, I do. Right. I just feel like they get whatever they see, they're gonna grab it. You know what I'm saying? So everything's not visible though. So
Well, I'm pretty sure Dry Fox will be sending him her husband's lunch money.
He ain't gonna be able to watch TV, nothing.
He's gonna be calling. Listen, he made all those victims / survivors call him daddy. He's gonna be calling somebody else daddy. Okay.
He's guilty.
And I'm sure he's loving it. Okay, let's not even.
Oh God.
Wait, I wanted to play this little clip about this other person, this Beehive person. This is from a panel. This panel might actually still be happening, but let me see. I think this is the right one.
Okay, so the dinosaurs and jump-offs, they lose again. Okay, nobody has any sympathy for them. And for you guys to sit up here and try and misconstrue that this is not about taking R. Kelly down, and it's about some so-called people that you all victims.
What do you need? What do you help you with?
Wait a minute. What's going on? Wait, that's you, Yulita. I'm muting you, Yulita. Gotta go. Okay.
Long time ago. Okay, so take the feather out your hat. Chicago didn't care though. And you know, and this is my thing. You get
So she got drowned out at that point. But basically she was trying to say, you know, y'all trying to say nobody cares about his music. His music is doing better than ever and all of that. And just this woman told her, good, because that's gonna go to the victims. So I don't understand this lady is mad as hell. Why? I don't know. Maybe she's a Jane Doe too. But yeah, these people are lying still. They're mad. They're delusional. Lady D is one of the worst. I mean, she is bad, as well as, of course, spitting caller. I don't even want to say her name, but the dragon lady.
Are you talking about Sylvia or Hollywood?
Sylvia too.
No, pork chops and gravy. We talking about pork chops and gravy.
Cheeseburgers, whatever they call her. But this
all
one's
them sad tonight.
Listen, this one's, well, there's one. I heard Love Warrior, you were talking about how they're not being real honest and stuff. But here's one of them. She kind of being a little honest. Let me play this real quick. Let me get the right one.
We did not see those tapes, okay? We gotta call it what it is. We did not see what was on those tapes. So whatever the jury saw on those tapes, it really had those jurors believing everything that they needed to believe about R. Kelly. He threw. I'm gonna be the first to say it. Don't nobody else come out and say it. I still support him, but he threw. Okay? Jennifer
That's Hollywood.
walked the fuck out that fight. So you cannot say he had ineffective counsel this time around, okay? He had very much effective counsel, and this is just the fucking outcome, okay? So, yeah. R. Kelly was found guilty, y'all. Okay? He was guilty, okay?
Okay. She said it. Finally. Hush
my mouth.
Wait, go ahead, Marcus. I didn't hear you.
I remember her saying that earlier. I was laughing though.
Yeah, that was today.
Yeah. She said it earlier when he got found guilty.
Yes. So that's my point, is that she at least is saying that, because some people still, they want to hang on. Well, it's still a win because you know, the obstruction charges have the most weight as far as the time and all this. It's a lie. Go ahead, Love Warrior. You have something you want to say?
I was just agreeing with you on that. I was like, hush my mouth. She finally came out and told the truth, because you know how she's been this whole while. So I was like, hush my mouth, honey. Honey, hush. And she told the truth.
Yeah,
because you know, even the attorney that called the little press conference, I caught just a clip of that, had the audacity to say that they view it as a win because they, you know, he got acquitted on those 7 counts. And a win how? How, lady?
And when
how?
this gonna give his ass,
you know,
8 years.
The jury probably had problems connecting the dots on the conspiracy. Okay, and we can just say we could point to the prosecution on that about, you know, maybe having had called more witnesses to connect the dots, because they had to paint the picture. All right. And so with it being 26 years, it's hard to go back and say and prove that because of the time. And they had witnesses, but they should have probably had a few more to connect the dots and seal it. But I think the prosecution basically focused on Jane and nailed it there, brought it home, and that's what it is.
One other thing also that I was thinking about, do you remember when Azriel finally decided to break from him, and apparently she took them to the storage where he had all these iPads and recording devices and cameras that he had there stored for years and whatnot. I mean, one of OCOB's members pretty much put their name after that event, 100 devices. So supposedly they'd gotten so many devices, so much material from that storage that Azriel showed them, but yet they couldn't even show the 4th tape. I don't understand.
Well, because they have to corroborate it. They can't. It's no use showing a video if they cannot corroborate it.
No,
these
what happened
victims,
to the 4th
some of
tape?
these victims are probably nameless.
This is what happened to the
There's
4th tape.
thousands and thousands of them.
Hold on, Miss Piggy.
Go ahead, Marcus.
The 4th tape. That's why they didn't have the 4th tape, because they destroyed it after 7 years. And he had the first trial in 2008. They destroyed it in 2015.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Really?
Go on, Marcus. Go ahead.
I know what else you know, Marcus. Spill it.
Yeah, they destroyed the tape in 2015.
What?
7 years afterwards.
So they didn't have the tape at all. So
because they
kept
destroyed
saying
it. What's called it? They got to throw it out after 7 years.
Yeah, but they kept saying in the indictment they said they didn't have it, but they said they know where it is. They would have it. Basically, they kept saying we know where it is, and we're gonna.
No, but they destroyed it after 2015.
So why would they even put that in the indictment and make that an issue? That hurt them, actually. If they could, they would have just came with the 3 tapes and left Brittany out of the equation as well.
No, why they didn't let Brittany testify? Because she was on TikTok.
No, I heard that was debunked. Actually, that was debunked recently. I don't know.
She was on TikTok, and they thought she wasn't going to be a credible witness.
Yeah, but I heard that wasn't actually her. Are you sure that was her? Because I actually heard that wasn't her. That was a mistake.
Yeah, that she was dancing to R. Kelly's "Shake Your Legs" song. That was
somebody tried to come back and say that wasn't actually her, so I don't know. But if that was the case, the prosecution definitely didn't want to speak on it. They were asked about it at the press conference. I don't know if y'all heard, but he said we don't want to get into that.
Right.
So, been any worse than Dan Pauline and the mama? I mean, to me, even Jane, you know, to me, they were still hanging on to their, you know, feelings and all of that.
Yeah.
Look, they should have subpoenaed Sugan Logis.
Yes.
Come and bring all them lawsuits that she had an agreement with R. Kelly with.
Hell yeah, as well as Barry Hankerson.
That's those nails.
Barry Hankerson should have been there also.
Yeah.
The judge denied that one though.
Well, I know that. I'm just saying that he should have been there.
So it should have happened earlier. Those are the connections that the prosecution did not tie up and have them subpoenaed and on standby to testify that would have done in McDavid and sealed the conspiracy convictions. If they would have had Susan Loggins, Barry Hankerson, even if they would have got Stephanie or Sparkle, whatever you want to say,
Right.
all those people to make those final connections for the jury, so there wasn't a seed of doubt. Because remember, if there's reasonable doubt, they had to acquit. So that's kind of what happened. I
But
think
look,
that was the
Susan
whole
Loggins
thing.
didn't want to testify because they subpoenaed her for the New York case, and she told me she had to take care of Mama. They should have said, if you don't come, you're going to jail.
Exactly.
Huh?
They should have, and she could have did it on video. They could have done it. They could have made that happen. So you're right. And Marcus, they want to hear from you. So let me ask you a question though, if you don't mind, about I think you said it was your cousin, or okay, if you can answer. I mean, I'm just curious as to why, we were talking about the lack of witnesses or even for people on the prosecution who are actual victims. So first and foremost, is she good? I mean, can you give us anything like?
No, she got herpes still, but she good, I guess.
Like she's just living her life. Like, I mean, I'm just wondering
living her life, but
she don't want nothing to do with this.
I tried to get her to come forward, but she said she wasn't coming forward.
Oh, you did try to get that was what I wanted to know.
Understand that. I can understand that because anytime you go through such trauma in your life and you got to contend with someone like Bone Cockroach coming at you, making you feel like you're a second-class citizen, or that you're the person that did something wrong. You're the one.
Look, them was lightweight witnesses he had up at that trial. Technically, he's supposed to have at least 100. He at least got 100 victims. What's his name? Jim?
Yeah.
Jim, no.
Yeah, he said 60 to 100, didn't he, Goddess?
100. More than 100.
You think?
For real.
Oh,
The
yeah.
man been a predator for since 1991.
Yeah.
He's been sick since 1991.
He done preyed on so many women, it don't make no sense. Like Azrael said, his women is not going to come forward because he got videotape. He got another storage somewhere. They just got that storage because she don't know about the other storage.
Well, love, prayers, healing, and strength to all those women that have been victims. They are now survivors. The healing has begun. Shout out to all the nameless families that have been traumatized from the abuse of this monster.
Amen.
Well, I can't understand how people, it's okay to have sex. I'm a man. That's wrong. How you gonna have sex with a 14-year-old girl or a 13 or a 12-year-old girl and you're a grown man? You 30-something years old.
He wasn't
That's
right in
not
the
right.
head. He wasn't right in the head. He was damaged beyond repair when he was molested by family members and the neighbor, and his mother took the money, and she showed him earlier on that when you got money, you can make things disappear and go away, and he never got a chance to heal. I mean,
Still no excuse.
no, it's not an excuse. It's not an excuse, but when something that traumatic happens to you psychologically, it damages you inside. And he was just a damaged boy, a
He
damaged
had all
man.
that money. He could have went and got help.
He didn't want no help. He was happy.
Yeah, he became, what did they say? Once he hit it like big in the late 90s, he became like a godlike complex, and then of course, by him getting acquitted in that 2008 trial, he just felt untouchable.
Yeah.
And that, it was the worst thing ever that he got away with that trial in 2008.
Yet as a talent, he grew.
I'm gonna tell you this: if Jack Palladino
did to them ladies is unacceptable.
Very much so, but I'm gonna tell you this: if Jack Palladino was still alive, Daryl McDavid would be going to prison because
I
Jack.
think so too. Huh?
Yeah, because Jack Palladino and Ed Jensen. Let's say all the people who are dead around. Let's talk about Linda Minch.
Yeah. Very key to
these cases. run over like in broad daylight. Like, that's crazy.
Well, he gonna pay for it because this judge is gonna serve him. I want to know when his sentence. They didn't say nothing about no sentences. I guess the judge say he's gonna let him know.
Yeah, they're gonna set a date for the sentencing, and then they're gonna be filing motions back and forth about the guidelines. It's like, it's the whole thing. But we'll find out. He has a lot going on still. Even his attorney, Bone Crackhead, said that he has still a fights to fight. Still has
He's got Minnesota. He's got Minnesota that he's facing, and the thing in Minnesota is involved a white girl this time.
Oh, a white girl. Oh,
Yeah.
Lord.
So his
ass is cooked if that's the case. In that one.
Right.
Hell yeah, he could.
Yeah, so he's got that trial. So it's not over with for him yet. And if that judge is the judge that you say that he is, Marcus, he can kiss his booty goodbye. He probably already knows.
You can bank on that. If he don't get more than 50 years, I'll give you $1,000. That judge gonna
Send
serve
your
his
email.
No, I it's like we're here together because we all have a common feeling about this whole horrendous episode that, as I say, I've known about it for years, but he was untouchable. He was Mr. Untouchable when he did.
Mr. Untouchable now, though.
Was is the key word in that. Was.
He was. He was definitely Mr. Untouchable in the last trial in 2008 when he was exonerated. And, he just felt like he was on Planet 9. No one could touch him. He was Teflon.
Well, that beehive, they can hold their breath till those appeals are even filed and even looked at. Let them hold their breath, okay, baby? Because that's going to be about 3 to 5 years.
Chicago, because that judge was fair.
Yeah. But if you know anything about the legal system, it takes money, lots of money for these appeals. We're talking about thousands and thousands of dollars that he doesn't have.
I don't even think Jennifer Von Jean represent him in the state case.
Oh, she won't.
Greenberg is still representing him in the state case.
He lied Greenberg a long time ago. Greenberg lied.
Not from the state case.
Well, Greenberg, I don't believe he's still working. I feel like Greenberg's just saying that.
No, he said that R. Kelly
technically
parted ways with him.
Yeah, I think technically he might still be on the list, but I don't think that he will. I don't think so. There was too much dissension between them.
Right.
Yes. Let me ask you something. How long did you know that R. Kelly was doing these things and his antics and being in Chicago? I mean, was this like years?
It's been a lot of years. Ever since that, when the P tape came out.
Okay. Why didn't you guys just run it?
And then when they ran an article like in the 90s with him and Aaliyah. But everybody brushed that off.
Yeah.
Well, I know
We know Chi-Town has stopped being supportive of their adopted king because there was nobody from Chi-Town at this trial. Yeah. Okay, where were the fans from? He was in his hometown. Okay, he had 4 of the P-hivers from the bloggers there. They had the Lion wannabe journalist from the hip hop. He up there. He want to be a wannabe, And so there was. Oh, let me not forget. The brother was there today. Outside the courthouse. Why he didn't? Why wasn't he?
You talking about Bruce?
Yes.
Yeah, he was there yesterday too.
Yo, audio. Y'all there?
I'm here.
Yep.
Yeah.
What happened? Oh, I thought you were talking about me.
No, Bruce was there yesterday too.
They probably told Bruce, no, we passed Bruce. He probably offered to get on the stand.
Yeah, Bonji didn't want to put him on the stand because he
sure.
was on Surviving R. Kelly. Him, man, Kelly. What's his name? Kelly? What is his name? I forgot his name.
Carrie,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And plus,
You know,
they had videotape of Carrie. So when at first Carrie said he was guilty as hell, and then he tried to come back in the New York trial and say, "Oh, all these girls are lying." The news, the media jumped right on that shit. They said, "Well, we got videotape of him just a couple of years ago saying his brother was guilty." So he get on that stand and he wants to. They've been tore his ass apart.
they would have. You're right, Miss Della. They would have.
I want to say hey to Sheena Speaks. Welcome.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. I come in peace.
Yes,
I
we
come
know.
in peace.
Hi,
Okay.
Sheena.
You know, you guys are having a great discussion, and I know where all y'all stand. And of course, I always watch your channel, Goddess. I like looking at all aspects, all, both sides. Like you say, you look at both sides. And I really came on here because I think it was Yulita when she was talking about he needed help at a young age.
Yes.
I don't know if it was her. It was another lady on the panel that was saying.
I did say that, Sheena.
Okay, so when you were speaking on it, I want to speak on that part. I've been watching a live from the beginning. I know he's been found guilty. And I do want you guys to know that everybody that supports R. Kelly or feel like that injustice was done. And when I say injustice, as y'all know, a lot of them women was lying, and a lot of them told
we don't believe that part.
They
Though
weren't lying.
I had to stop you there, Sheena. We don't believe over
He did
here.
injustice to my cousin too.
Over here we don't believe that none of the victims/survivors were lying. Okay, not the one true victims and survivors. We don't believe that they were lying.
Okay, well, we'll let her say.
Okay, so I have a question then.
Figure out.
I have a question. Do you think Lisa was lying on the stand a little bit?
Yeah, she was lying a little bit.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
I mean,
yes, I do.
But
Yeah.
half the time she was telling the majority of the truth because dude is a predator. He's been doing this for over 30 years. He's been messing around with girls since 1991. He preyed on my own cousin. You know what I'm saying?
I heard you, James, say that.
So all that stuff y'all coming with, that's bogus. He is
Hold
a
on,
predator
not
for
y'all.
real. Stop taking up for a predator.
Hold on, sir. Not y'all. I'm my own individual. I'm not on the team.
I'm just saying, y'all need to stop taking up for his ass because he a predator. That's why his ass got found guilty. He went to trial 2 times and got found guilty. Both times, and finna get found guilty again.
Okay, can I speak real quick before I get attacked?
Go on, Sheena.
Okay.
Let Sheena say what she got to say. Go ahead, love.
Let me say one thing, because I know you guys are all like, yes, he's guilty. You're on the wrong page. Actually, I go wherever, because I come in peace and I don't mind having a conversation with people on any side. Because I'm really interested in the part where you were saying, like, he needed help at a young age and he never got that help. So why I'm coming on here is because it is a known fact that is a sickness when someone has been done, I don't want to say the word on your channel or molest or whatever. If you yes, let's say violated. If you don't get mental health from experience and getting therapy, it can affect you. And unfortunately, a lot of people was affected in this situation, a lot of people. And he didn't get no help. And there's a lot of people. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Money to get help.
He didn't get the help, and he was aware that his mother was given $5,000 to just shut up and drop the charge.
Did you listen at the trial? He went to a psychology and all that, and he was taking shots to curb his sexual prejudice. You listen at the trial.
So he did get help then. Is that what you're saying?
But it still didn't help.
Not the right help.
It was too late.
Yeah, it's too late now, of course, and he is found guilty both in New York and Chicago. And
I'm in Chicago, so I've been knowing about his ass for a long time.
But see,
And I
the
want,
wake up call, Sheena, no offense to me,
uh-huh.
the wake up call was when he was acquitted in 2008. Okay.
Mhm.
That was the time where he was at the top of his game. You beat this case by whatever. We're not going to even go into that part. I'm just going to go
Mhm.
into when he had to really know that all bets are off. You beat this case. So now go get the help you need. This man had $500 million. He could have got the best of help, counseling, everything. And he didn't. And he continued with his sickness. And I think at that point, all bets are off. Okay? All bets are off because he had more access than any of us could even dream about.
Love Warrior, you're absolutely right, but you have to also understand the part about R. Kelly, which they've mentioned many times. Something happened to him during that period of time when he was molested. Something happened to him mentally that he didn't get out of a certain
Hey,
mentality
Miss,
and age.
how you saying this? And he been molesting girls for over 30-some years.
No. What I'm saying is that something clicked in his
No, so
mind.
there's no excuse for that.
No, there's no excuse of that, but you have to
He was
also,
having sex with children.
but you
There
have
was
to
no
take,
excuse.
but you have to take into account mentally what can happen to a person when something occurs to them so young and they don't know how to process it.
I understand that, and I'm
Hey, Miss,
saying
want me to tell you something?
that he
Look, I was
we
5
are
years
married.
old and I was
The tape.
molested. Listen, I was
Okay.
5 years old. I was molested. I ain't going around molesting people.
Right.
Exactly. I was
So what you
molested
talking about?
and
I
I
was
didn't
molested
go.
at 5 years old.
I'm sorry
Yeah.
that happened to you, King,
I
and
No,
am
I'm just
power,
saying.
strength,
But I'm
and
just
love to
saying. But
you.
I ain't molesting people.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. That's
Well,
right.
no, it can go
And
either way. It can go either way. Those that molest,
what I'm saying is that we understand that he was sick, he was traumatized, and he thought what felt pleasurable to him as a child was what he acted on. He got stunted at that
he did.
age.
He did.
Okay, we get
He
that.
did. He did.
What we don't get is when he got acquitted at 2008, he knew he was guilty. He
Mhm.
knew he was sick.
And he
And he
knew
had all the access in the world. And he still, at that time, did what? Put out more music and did what?
that was,
Abuse more children.
he did. He did.
And that's what I'm talking about.
So that's no excuse.
No,
I'm
there's
curious.
no excuse
Well, wait a minute.
for
Oh, go ahead,
anybody.
Sheena. I wanted to know what you actually, because you were getting to something, right? Because I want to hear what
I
you had to
really was, but
Yeah, go ahead. I want to hear what
there's no excuse for any abuse. There's no excuse for any molestation. It happened to me, and I'm sorry it happened to you, sir, or anybody else on the panel. And when I look at it through every eyes. I look at it through it all, through everybody's point of view, through the women's point of view, through his point of view, through the lawyer's point of view, the crooked workers' point of view, through George, Freeman's point of view. I look at everybody's point of view. So I'm not really like the type of person to be like, okay, I'm going to sit here and be like, he's totally innocent. I cannot say that. So I agree with you guys to an extent. But when it comes down to the chemical balance in our brain, if I'm not saying he's a victim. I know, he was a victim at the beginning when he was molested. I could say he was molested.
But did you see the degrading stuff he did to women? He was peeing on them, peeing in their mouth, making them eat shit, and doing all this other crazy stuff. Did you even see this?
He just became a deviant.
So who would do some crazy stuff like that?
You know what? They asked some people, and please don't get mad at me, but I looked it up because I wanted to see, was it a ritual or something? Some people that's freaky, they do that type of stuff. And I've had
That's crazy. Well, that's a little
I
freaky
haven't,
for
and
me.
I won't let nobody urinate on me, but I did look it up.
Because I
following
ain't
this
finna let nobody pee on me and do all that old crazy stuff he been doing.
Yeah, me neither.
You know what? This is where the buck stops with me. That's fine.
Yeah,
That's fine.
I mean,
If you're into that type of weirdness and kinkiness, that's fine.
And
But
that's why I
you
say
do
that's where
not
you
have
at
the
now.
right.
You could
You
get
do
another
not
80
have the
years.
right to visit your issues, your crap, your deviancy on a child. Period.
yeah.
So
And
it's
it's
no
all fine.
excuse.
Over
That's
and
That's the
no
over
bottom
again.
excuse.
line.
It's
Yulita,
no
that's the
exception.
bottom line. If it's a consenting adult and they want to indulge in that type of behavior, that's their business. But when you violate a minor, it's a whole nother ball game there.
Yes, it
You
is.
have no right. You are the consenting adult. All this on the other side, these girls were fast. These girls wanted him. He is the consenting adult. He's supposed to say no.
I've heard so many disgusting just comments about, well, you know, the girls in Chicago on the south side, they're fast. They're a lot faster and more advanced than your average 13, 14-year-old
Hey,
girl.
look, you want me to tell you the whole story? You know, at the Hyde Park Academy, where he used to go stalk the girls at the McDonald's and all that. Used to go pick the girls up, the 12 and at the middle schools and all that.
Mm-hmm.
You don't do no crap like that. A grown ass man, 27 years old, going to stalk a fucking 13 and 12-year-old. Come on, man.
Why didn't they
There's no
call the
excuse
police
for
on
that.
him? Why didn't the McDonald's call the police on him? Why were all these
Because he was
eyes?
a superstar. That's why they didn't call the police. He used to go up there and then even his own music teacher used to tell him to leave them girls alone.
Wow.
She even got on Surviving R. Kelly and said that when she was in a wheelchair.
Somebody wants to know, Marcus.
So many enablers. There's
Wait.
so many.
Sorry, Marcus. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Oh, okay. Somebody in the chat wanted to ask you if the, if Chicago was, like, if this was a thing, because we hear people say that's just the way of Chicago as far as the underage girls and the men.
No, that's not.
I lost the question, but it was basically asking you for some insight, I guess, on Chicago. Like, is this, what is Chicago?
No, Chicago, they do a lot of shooting and they doing a lot of murders and all that. But all that messing around with underage girls and all that stuff, people don't do. I mess around with people my own age.
Well, can I ask a question on that point of view with the young girls with older men? So you're telling me that it's not younger girls out there searching for older men? I'm just coming from experience.
I don't know, because
coming from experience, and I know how it is, and I'm gonna be honest. There's younger girl. My sister had her baby at 13 by an older man. No, that was not right, but it happened. So I'm asking.
But you say, but you asking, but it's a difference. If it's one account, what about 50 accounts? You don't do that. You're not searching for young girls. That's
no,
not
they
right.
asked you, is that common for young women to be dating older men? That's the question.
No,
in
these
Chicago.
girls nowadays, no.
Okay.
So maybe it was something.
Day, probably
It was back in the day. Go ahead.
But now, no. Then, probably yeah.
So anytime we're dealing with an impoverished metropolitan city such as Chicago, or let's say Baltimore, there's going to be an R. Kelly on the corner, because right now Mississippi happens to be on the map. That is one of the most impoverished states in all of the United States.
No, but consensual sex in Mississippi is 16 years old.
And in Atlanta.
Wow. 16?
Yeah, 16.
Wow. Golly.
Believe it or not, unfortunately, yes, it is.
Well,
It's
it doesn't
sad.
seem right. It doesn't seem right, because how is that possible, especially if scientists have told us that a person's brain from childhood to adulthood isn't formed until you're 25 years of age, fully functional at 25. How is it possible?
That's why you should mess with somebody your own age.
Well, a lot of those younger women's mind is a little more mature and don't want to mess with men their age, and they won't know. I'm not saying
Well,
it's right.
You mess with somebody your own age.
still doesn't make it
Like you
right.
supposed to be a grown man. When somebody come and flirt with you and they underage, oh no.
If we're talking 2-3 years, okay, that's that. We're talking 2-3 years, 4 years, okay. But when we talking 20 and 30 years
37.
difference, yeah, thank you.
37 years old.
No,
37 years
hell no.
old to
That's right.
14. That's a
Right.
problem.
That's a problem.
Like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we're talking in the same age realm. It's not a problem. Okay. If we're talking even 5 years apart, okay, that's even can be doable. 18 and 23, 21, 26. Okay. But like Miss Della just said, 37 and 14 and 12.
Hell no.
That's why his ass is locked the hell up. Because he never changed.
Well, all I know and the way that I feel right now in my heart, and that is with what is taking place today, with him being found guilty, I just hope.
He got what he fucking deserved.
Well,
he
that's
should have
true.
never did that shit.
Exactly. Y'all
Right.
got some soft hearts.
And that's how we all feel in Chicago.
Well, I'm talking about going forward for those that are out there
Boy,
now.
he said, I hope his ass get I hope he get life and don't never get out. Because he should have never fucked with no young ass girl. Because if he would have fucked with my daughter, I'd have killed that motherfucker.
Marcus, I like you. I
I want to
do.
say to T, we need you to connect your devices, love. You want to come up? I want to hear from you. So your devices aren't connected. And I don't know what's going on, Evolve Joseph. What you mean people acting brand new? I don't know I guess you're talking to the chat, but I don't know. I want to know what's going on. Okay, y'all, go ahead. I'm sorry.
So hold on. So Sheena.
Yes, I'm here, and I could take it.
Okay, I'm just checking on you. I'm over here shaking for you, honey.
Yeah.
No, you know
but
what?
Look, don't take up for no predator though. He is a fucking predator.
I'm going to assume she's giving a different opinion. So
Right,
I don't.
I
I'm
understand
just
that, but
giving
he's
a-
a goddamn
hold on.
predator. I've been knowing this for years. He preyed on
Okay.
my motherfucking cousin.
I respect
I heard.
that. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
So I
heard
know
that.
what the nigga do.
I'm just giving a different opinion because I know we all have followed this, and you seem like you know all that personally because you're in
Look, I'm
Chicago.
from Fat
But
Town. I already know what the nigga
Yeah.
do. When he was living in
Yeah.
Olympia Fields, I've been to his house, and then my cousin them went over there, and then he pissed all on her and gave her herpes and all that shit.
Oh my God. I mean, this is the strength that these people like your cousin are really
Yeah.
would have hoped to have heard from.
And I
Or-
can really I can sympathize with where Market is.
Hello. Hi. I'm sorry. Can I finish real quick? I'm sorry.
Yes.
I just wanted to say that people like your cousin Marcus, these are the people I've really been praying, honestly, behind the scenes for people to get the strength to come forward. And I know you said you talked to her.
But she said she wasn't coming for it because she
I
don't
know.
want the entertainment.
Yeah, no, I get it. I know. And that's what I'm hoping way with these type of cases, even though they were kind of demonized on the stand this time. I mean, Bone Cockroach didn't hold back. But I feel like the more progress is made on this, the more people will get the courage. So that's all I want to say.
But this ain't not over with because I heard Atlanta finna bring some charges against him.
I've been hearing that too. I'm waiting. But go ahead, Yulita. I want to hear what you were saying.
No, I'm sorry. God, this is my first time ever coming on to your panel and speaking, and I certainly didn't want to talk over you or anything like that. I was just saying that I can sympathize with Marcus and with how he feels with it being so deeply personal, with it happening to his cousin and all. So that's all.
Yeah, definitely. No, it's all good. Sometimes it just gets a little, sometimes I will just kick back, but I was literally in the middle of a sentence. But it's all good.
And I'm actually kicking back. I think I'm gonna go back in the chat.
You always kick back.
I just wanted to make sure that Sheena was okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna catch you.
Let me tell you about Sheena Speaks. Sheena got her own channel. She holds down her own fort over there, and Sheena is a strong queen. I'm telling you.
Oh,
So
okay. I didn't know that.
Sheena been over here before. She's not a stranger to this channel.
But look, I'm busy. I can't be remembering everybody. I just wanted to check on her.
Yeah,
Shit, I ain't trying to go hard on you though.
You already
You
went
know
hard.
what? I'm
No,
not
but
taking it on-
I was just trying to let you know how much a pervert he is.
Well, I don't take things personal because I don't know R. Kelly or it ain't me in this situation.
I met
So
him a couple of times.
yeah. So I
Back in
could
the day.
come on a panel with different people with different opinions, and that's what I like about Goddess Channel. I could come over here and you guys have a different opinion, and I can I can handle it on anybody's panel, but it's more comfortable over here because you guys do give me room to speak about what I think about the situation. And when it
Well, he
comes
got
down
exactly
to
what he deserved though.
when it comes down to Daryl McDaniel, I feel like he did throw R. Kelly under the bus, and he should have did
Yeah.
some time too. I truly agree
Hey,
with
but
y'all
look,
on that part.
they planned that out. He knew he
Exactly.
he knew he had to throw him up under the bus for him to get off.
The higher uppers, it's like it was already set in
And he
stone.
played the third, and then they talking about, dude. He said, if I knew what I seen now, I would have thought he was guilty. That's exactly what he said.
But he didn't throw him under the bus that much, as far as I'm concerned. With from
But he
what
threw
I
him up
heard.
under the bus enough to get off.
Just
Yes,
enough.
he did.
Just
Just
enough.
enough.
Right?
That's the point.
Listen, that man was on. He was up there testifying for almost 2 days straight, and
No,
he
3
wiped
days.
away. He wiped away everything he said when he said those final few words about if it was. But now he felt different, like you said, Marcus. He threw that man all the way under the bus.
Right at the end.
Right.
And guess
It's
what?
like he gave him the
He got
sugar.
off, and guess who got convicted? At the end of the day, the government wanted R. Kelly from the get-go.
They did.
Yeah, they did. They did.
So they don't really care about the other two getting off.
Yeah.
As long as they got the cash cow.
Well,
And I
That's
think
what
that's
it's
what
about, too.
contributed to them conspiracy charges not sticking. Like I said, they didn't button up and make the connections for the jury, the prosecution, by not having those witnesses subpoenaed on standby. If they would have been buttoned up, the prosecution may have been cocky because of the New York trial, and got a little cocky and a little, I don't want to say sloppy, but
Yeah, they was
just
sloppy.
Yeah,
They
they was
just did-
sloppy.
they just
On
did
everything.
not tie up those connections that they should have by painting that
I was
picture
mad
completely.
he got only 6 counts.
completely
I
for
thought
the
he was
jury.
gonna get the whole 13.
I believe if they would have had those other witnesses there and corroborated the conspiracy, he would have been found guilty on everything.
Hey, you from Detroit, right? Because I got family up in Detroit. I used to live in Detroit too.
No, that's Beautiful Spirit. Beautiful Spirit's from Detroit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
beautiful.
from Florida.
I want to say though, real quick to Jessica. I guess welcome to the channel, Jessica Jackson. Marcus seems to know a lot. She says, does he know why the parents didn't file reports with the police for their daughters? And what parents
That's
are
a
you
good
referring to?
question.
She talking about the whatchamacallit. Look, they was with that stuff. He paid them
Yes,
off.
they was.
He
Yeah.
paid them off from the get-go.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But they had the other thing. Talking about he gave them more than $79,000. That's what they said in the
I believe
paperwork.
that too, Marcus. I believe that too. That's only what they could prove.
Exactly.
Well, you all are aware that he had ex-Chicago policemen actually working security for him too.
Yep.
Yeah, he all had all. That's how he had all the upper hand.
Yeah.
They
Chicago
were connected.
police is crooked.
Yep.
You didn't know that? They crooked as hell.
Yeah,
Majority of them.
Marcus, somebody's asking about your cousin's parents. I am kind of curious, like as far as that goes. If she was young, did she have? How's her family structure? I'm just curious if you can answer.
She only had a mama. She didn't have no father. Well, she did have my father. That was my uncle.
So she had like a lot of freedom. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she had a lot of freedom.
Was she young when she got with R.
Yeah,
Kelly?
15 years old.
Yeah, that's young. Epiphany's asking, does he have another case? And well, I mean, he's facing more charges, more cases. We haven't heard the status. We have Chicago.
No, but he got cases all in Detroit. He got cases everywhere. A lot of people just don't know about him. This dude is a creep.
No, so we do know, or at least I personally, I do
on my
know.
mama, this nigga is a creep.
I do know because anytime, for me to
Anytime
have
somebody have sex with a child, he's a creep.
well, anytime a big star is in town promoting their record album,
a big star,
and they can
he's
go,
a creep.
they can go.
I won't care if you're a grown ass man, you ain't got no business having sex with no child. Period.
True, you're absolutely right, Marcus. But what I wanted to say is that anytime you are a big, huge star, a recording artist,
Just
and
like
you're-
David
you're
said,
in-
he was a big head.
Let her
You're
get her,
in-
Marcus, let her get her thought out. Go ahead, Ulita.
You're in a city like New York City, where my brother met with him, or in LA, and you can go anywhere that you want to go to promote your album. And you do that, but you look bored as all hell. And you're being asked, what do you want to do now? You want to go eat? No, I want to go to the roller rink. I want to go to Flippers in LA. Who goes to a skating rink? Who's at a skating rink? Nothing but young kids. And that's
But
the
answer
thing
this
you wanted to do.
He couldn't go anywhere in Chicago because them niggas are gonna whoop his ass. He couldn't go anywhere because
That's in
everybody knew he was
Chicago.
a fucking predator.
I'm talking about when
He's
he
been a
was on
predator for
tour.
years.
But I'm
You
talking
just didn't
about
know this. We
I'm talking about
already knew this.
I'm talking about once he left Chicago and he was on tour and he had a duty to promote these albums, these up and coming albums that he released. And he had to come and meet with record executives to promote them for sales and radio stations. He was bored doing that. He wanted to go to the roller rink. He wanted to go to McDonald's in every city.
Because McDonald's is his favorite place. Because he want to go molest kids.
Well, there's no kids in prison, I don't think.
I know. And guess what? His lawyer brought him when he was at trial every day. McDonald's.
Yeah,
Did you
she
know
did.
that? Huh?
She did. Yeah.
Huh?
From my understanding, the McDonald thing was like something he had with his mom too. That's my understanding.
Yeah.
He has a thing. He has a thing for moms.
Yeah. God.
Yeah, just like the little McDonald Playhouse that was at his apartment there. Yeah.
What y'all think about the moms sleeping with him too? Because some of the moms slept with him too.
Hey, Aaliyah mama slept with him. Look, y'all gonna be shocked when I say this. Asriel Clary mama slept with him.
No,
I don't know.
On everything, huh?
No.
He slept
Don't
with a lot
shut
of
the
men.
man
was
down.
a
Let him
womanizer.
Lord, please do not let Angelo be in this chat.
How do you
Please
know?
don't let Angelo be in this chat. Good Lord.
No,
This
it's the
is
truth, though.
somebody else's opinion.
How do you know, Marcus?
Stage in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I want to
Well,
say
guess
that
what? His
maybe
boy
Jane's
told on him.
mother was meeting him at the studio late night, or we could
I
say the
think
Lashana's
Jane's mama too.
Who?
Jane's
Oh,
mother
yeah.
was with him.
Yeah,
think
I heard
so.
that too.
I got the impression during the trial that James' mother
Yeah,
is
but
what
they
was
asked her that
doing.
question too on the stand.
I got the feeling they both of those women still had
No, she
feelings for
denied
him.
it though. They did ask her that on the stand. Did she sleep with R. Kelly?
That's crazy.
I'm talking about. Don't say Jane. Say LaShonda
I know. I'm
Lamphere.
in the mode of Jane because we don't. When they in trial, I don't like saying their names. But yeah, Rashana. But I want to say about to Ulita. Ulita was saying she thinks that the mom and Rashana and what's the mom that they were
I
they
think her
still
name
have
Valerie.
feelings. Yeah, they were covering for him still. Like
Yeah.
so And that's
Definitely.
the psychology.
That's why
of the
she had
situation.
conflicted, because she was sleeping with him too, and that's
Yeah,
why
she
she didn't
loved him too.
condone the other stuff that her daughter said. It was conflicting stories.
Yes. It came out that way too. It did.
Yeah, I
And his
believe
daughter
her.
is gonna have a baby, and I'm glad he's
No,
locked up.
Bo Jean, because he told Bo Jean he fucked her.
Oh.
What?
That's why she asked her that
Oh, you're
question.
talking about Kelly. Oh, I know. As soon as
Yes,
let me tell you
I
something.
agree
As soon
that
as
too. But why would
Bonjean-
she ask that question?
As soon as Bonjean
Right.
asked that question, I knew. I was like, he told her that, and it's probably true. I already knew.
That's
I know,
true.
Marcus, you interrupting everybody. My people are telling me.
I'm sorry.
We love you here, though. This is a good vibe. But I just want to say, I was bringing up his daughter because somebody said his poor children. The fact that his daughter is about to have a child, and we are so. I'm glad. I'm gonna say,
For
I'm
real?
glad. Yeah, she big pregnant. And I'm
Who's
just
that,
glad.
Joanne?
Is that her name? The Buku?
Her name
Yeah,
Joanne.
Buku. Yeah, Buku.
Yeah, she's finna pop, and we're glad he's not around to, do what he does. Yeah, he's locked up. He can't touch the baby. Yeah, those details came out in the trial.
Yeah,
Hey, look,
bringing up
they
his
said they were gonna
children.
bring that up and open that up, that he was sleeping with his kids too.
Right. I was just gonna say that. Like
But you
that
know
part.
what? That could be why Drea wasn't brought into anything, because her I don't know, was her divorce transcripts unsealed
Sealed.
yet?
No,
they're
that part was still sealed, right, Goddess?
Yep. It was still sealed.
Yeah.
I feel
Did
like
she have a restraining order against him too? I think Drea had a restraining order.
She had a gag order, you guys. She couldn't say nothing. They couldn't subpoena her because of it.
Okay.
But what I don't understand is that why was Bo Jean, or she should call her Bo Legs with the antennas, why? How did she fight so hard for them not to be able to mention Aaliyah or drag her mama in there?
That judge should look. He was different
Because
from the
they
New
could have
York
brought
judge.
that marriage license in, and then that would have verified he married a 15-year-old, which would have cemented his ass.
That would have basically made her another victim in the trial. And she wasn't a part of it. I mean, I feel like they could have attacked her. I mean,
But the judge made it off limits though.
I know, but she was.
He did.
Do you think because they brought it up in the New York trial?
I mean,
Is
that
that
may be why
why?
the prosecution kept her out, because she was already, she was already the victim in the New York trial. But at the same time, if it still fits, I mean, I don't see
God,
what
this is disgusting.
And then Barry Hankerson could have been brought in on that note, and we would have learned a whole lot. And I think that's probably it too, because y'all remember Jim Dero, when he was here, told us he's been talking to McDavid. He's been talking to Barry Hankerson. He said he even wanted to do write a story with Barry Hankerson. So there's a lot of information that these people are keeping still, these secrets and things that the government probably knows. Because once you come into court, you're fair game. Like once you get on that stand, you're fair game to the other defenses. So they don't probably want to open those Pandora
Hey, y'all
boxes.
want me to tell y'all something? When he was messing around with Aaliyah, they got all his rights for his music. They got his rights. That's why her mama won't even say nothing or speak about nothing.
The mom, right? And Barry too, or just the mom?
Both of them.
Yeah,
Barry.
I thought so. Yeah.
So I'm gonna go back.
Because they said once Aaliyah died, Barry got $90 million. Did you hear that?
Well, he did sue. There were a bunch of lawsuits once that crashed.
No, but he got $90 million off that lawsuit though.
I didn't know how much he got, but I know he won a suit, definitely. And I think he had an insurance policy on her. They said that he had put insurance on her when she took that trip for the video shoot.
He was so cheap, had her on that cheap ass plane.
Well, I'm gonna go back into the chat, but before I go, I have a theory, and that is this judge was handpicked for this trial. You guys, I just feel it was. Was.
You say
And
it was half bent. That judge was fair.
handpicked because of his reputation and because of the type of judge that he actually is.
No, but he let them fight it out.
No. It's the process. Absolutely. It's the process. You have to let both sides do what they do. That's why he was no nonsense when Mom Jean was talking about, well, I need 3 hours to, do my final arguments. He's like, well, you got an hour and 40
No, he
minutes.
said she got 2 hours.
Oh, all right. Well, she wanted 3. She wanted 3.
No, he said, well, I'll give you another 15 minutes.
That,
He's going to give her an hour and 45 minutes at first.
In essence, she didn't get what she wanted, but he was trying to be fair to both sides, just like some motions that would come through, he would agree with. The other motions that would come through, he'd squash.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, Yulita. He did stay in the middle. But the one thing that he does have a reputation of is having very harsh sentences.
Yeah. But at the same time,
So your boy gonna get served.
He was being fair and balanced to both sides, just like Bonjean wanted the transcripts for the jury to have access to them, right? Well, the government
granted that.
Huh?
He granted that.
He did. So what I'm saying is that he gave both to both sides. He was lenient, he was fair.
Yeah.
Let me ask y'all a question real quick. How many years do y'all think he's gonna get?
80.
50.
Goddess, what do you think?
I'm thinking. Ms. Della?
I think 30. I think he's gonna get another
This
30.
judge don't play no games. Look, he sentenced Larry Hooter to life in prison.
Yeah, he did.
Would that be for 30 in New York or just Chicago alone?
No, I'm talking about Chicago. Larry Hoover.
See, the key's
And
gonna
Jeff
be
Ford, too. That was the judge that did all them. I know about this judge. This judge don't play.
right. And the key is gonna be: is he going to do it consecutively or concurrently?
Yeah, he's gonna do it consecutively.
That's what's gonna be
Dude
the
is never
kicker.
getting out of jail. This judge is finna serve his ass.
If he does it consecutively, oh my
Yeah.
God, that's
He
gonna
do it
be
consecutively.
30 plus
Look,
whatever.
they already said that already. This judge don't play on everything I love. You gonna see?
That was my only point, and that was this judge was handpicked for these proceedings.
Look,
And
he
that's
the
right.
chief judge of Chicago. He don't play no games.
Right.
He's 85 years old. He don't play.
Every time we say that, I laugh, but
I
it's
know,
not
right?
funny.
No, it's the truth.
I know.
Well, can you understand this, Marcus? There was a method to the madness in this whole thing. They had to go through the channels of the justice in order to reach the verdict of where we are today.
Listen, why you
All
think he
in all,
denied damn near all? Listen, all you gotta do is pay attention to. He denied damn near all of the defense motions. Just pay attention. The judge don't play.
But he did deny a lot of prosecution motions too during trial.
No, not a lot.
before. Yeah.
Not a
During
lot.
trial.
Just a couple. Not a lot. A couple.
But I tell you, if he sentenced him consecutively, it's over.
He is gonna sentence him to consecutive.
If they
This
go
judge
back,
do not play. And listen, he facing 10 to 90 years. They already said that on the news today.
Yeah.
So he getting 80, or he getting at least 70.
I'm gonna say 60, but I think 80 is a good number. But I'm gonna say 60.
And then he gonna say consecutively because the case is different.
well, when a defendant is being given a large sentence and they have a right to appeal and they appeal it, they go back through the whole transcripts, the whole ordeal of the court.
Listen,
And
he
if
can
it
appeal.
seems
This
like,
judge, he was fair to both of them. He let them fight it out.
Marcus,
Yeah, he
if it
did.
seems like if the judge was leaning more to one side than the other,
No,
that's what the
listen, he wasn't leaning to
out.
one side to the other. He let them fight it out.
But he
was
stayed-
sustaining
he-
all their emotions.
but
Even
he-
when Bojin was sustaining too, And
Yeah.
and then he said sustain. And
Marcus,
when,
I'm gonna
when the
leave you
defense was on,
alone.
he said sustain like 4 times for the defense. Oh my mama, I promise you. I listened to the whole trial.
Now,
I
if
just went down there and I looked.
Marcus, well, hold up for a second, Marcus. If Marcus, wait a minute, if Marcus was to see R. Kelly in person, he would have that man.
No, I went
He'll
down
whip
there.
his ass. He'll whip his ass.
Marcus is angry.
He
But if he
would
would have
whip
did that
R.
shit to my
Kelly's
daughter,
ass.
he would have had 3 bullets
Talk
in his
about
head.
showtime.
I mean, he makes me feel sorry for him. Good.
I don't feel
Meanwhile,
sorry
I
for him.
already feel. Hold on, y'all. I do feel sorry for him, so I didn't put out a
Oh
year.
my
I
gosh,
didn't.
he
I
ain't
know,
gonna
but that don't mean beat me up. But I do.
not
But
gonna
in the
beat
more
you
Marcus is going at it, I'm like, damn.
up.
You know
No,
what?
because I don't look. That nigga is a predator. Look, and then I really got something against him because he fucked over my cousin.
I
Right.
agree.
Yes,
personal.
It's personal, baby.
I can have
Y'all know what though? Y'all know what? It is gonna be hard as hell to overturn either federal judge. These are federal judges, y'all. I just don't see how in the hell
You don't.
Bo Cockroach think that she got a chance in hell
You
to
don't.
overturn
She thought she had a
Judge
chance
Ann
to win this
Donnelly,
case. didn't she?
crossed every I and T, and Judge Weber. He was very fair. It's very hard to overturn a federal damn judge. I don't see it, y'all.
So, do you all know the process as to what happens now with him being in Chicago?
What's
know
the
what
process?
happens?
Because you can't tell me the process because I know it already.
All right, come on, Marcus, come on. Let me
Marcus
tell
like, I got firsthand experience. Tell us about it, Marcus. What you know?
Hey, look, his ass is not getting no appeal, period.
Right.
It's over with for him. Because the judge was fair on both sides. Even the Beehive even said that.
Yeah.
So what's the
Yeah,
process?
the PI loved this judge right here.
They thought R. Kelly was gonna feel guilty. I said, I can't wait till he get feel guilty, found guilty. I said, I'm gonna go over there, and then she like, oh, you on my page talking crazy? Oh, R. Kelly, oh, I said, old ass lady. I said, you're a predator too.
I'm
my God.
Good
Lord.
Marcus,
Oh, Lord.
I'm trying to pin you down. You there? Marcus.
Yes.
So he's now being held in Chicago, right?
That was a question, Marcus.
Marcus?
I just called the phone.
Can you hear me?
He said somebody was calling him.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mark?
He said somebody was calling him on the phone.
Yeah,
They probably call him and tell him, calm your ass down.
Hey, I love you, girl. I love y'all.
Okay, Marcus, real quick. I just want to know if you could take us through the process. He's being held now in Chicago, correct? But he's not going to stay in Chicago. He'll be there for a minute, right? But then he's going to get processed out of that jail and go to another jail temporary until he gets sentenced in 2023, right?
I don't know. They might sentence him in Chicago first, and then they'll send him to Minnesota. And then if Kim Fox decide, I don't think she's gonna prosecute him though.
She's been quiet.
She's gonna wait and see how much time he gonna get here. If he get 70, 80 years, she ain't gonna prosecute him.
So will he do Chicago time first or New York?
Probably
He's gonna do both times because they're gonna go consecutively.
Okay.
That's concurrent.
Not concurrent, consecutively, because it's 2 different districts.
So New York is one district and Chicago is another.
That's right. That's consecutively.
All
not
right.
concurrent.
All right.
Do you know Mr. Freeman?
So they didn't put it.
The guy that was on the
Yoda love us some Freeman. Yoda love Freeman.
Hey, I know I love y'all. I love y'all.
No, do you know Mr. Freeman?
I listen to y'all every day.
I want to get in contact with Mr. Freeman. I
You
got
know-
some questions.
You better watch out, girl.
Oh, that
I
was
don't know if you
fun.
can handle
Tears
Chuck.
coming
Oh,
down.
Showtime. Showtime got something for you, girl.
It was believed that's why that one juror fell out, because she just couldn't take it anymore. She was so disgusted by Showtime's, testimony
No, it
and
wasn't Showtime. She left after Showtime.
no, she left after him. Yes, she did, but she was just so disgusted by it all. She couldn't handle it no more, and so she just started hyperventilating.
That was during Brinley's closing, I think,
Yeah,
or during his test or his cross exam of somebody.
right.
Yeah,
What
it
they're
was-
saying, the combination of all that she'd heard and seen combined, she just couldn't take it anymore. She had to get out of there.
Well, y'all look, we done seen these supporters getting indictments. We done seen their asses get arrested. We done seen some shit that just don't even make no damn sense.
Hey, but
I
my
mean,
girl lied on Sylvia though.
Did y'all see the press conference though? Can I play that press conference?
No, I didn't.
girl, Goddess, oh my God.
Hey, she might be going to jail though.
Goddess, do you have
Which
it?
one?
Huh?
Which
Sylvia?
one?
She might. I'm talking about Hollywood might be
Oh.
going to jail
Oh, I know.
because she lied on Sylvia. Sylvia ain't touch her.
I mean, Marcus got all the scoop. Wait a minute, what press conference?
I
Oh,
sent it to you.
Sylvia.
She did a press conference. Well, it
No,
was
they
with her-
looking at video, and when they find out she lied, she going to jail. So they got all kind of videos up and down that street.
That's right.
That's so crazy how it came from one side supporting, one side not supporting. Now people going to
But
jail,
how
people
they on
going
the
to
same
court.
side and they view? I don't understand that. Huh?
that was me.
I'll stay
I
out of it.
I'm gonna play this real quick.
Okay.
Before we, let's see. Let me just put it on the screen. Hopefully, this don't mess me up. But
I'm gonna push me.
oh yeah, I forgot. We might get an echo. We'll see how this goes.
Everybody hit their mute. Everybody hit their mute button.
Nothing wrong with a little echo.
Being arrested because there was a simple battery charge placed on me. We're gonna start over. Tell me what you hope to get out of this case. Well, I'm thinking about like this Jesse Smollett. He died, and a whole bunch of people have to, deal with this. So it's like the same thing, So you say the false allegation that was made against you, you want Kim Fox to treat it, your case like they treated Justice Smollett's case? Absolutely. Because I have to come back here to face charges of something that I didn't do. Okay. Do you wish to show up? I don't know. I have to show up because if I don't show up, they're going to put a warrant out for my arrest. Now, you've been upstairs since the start of this trial covering the case. Yes. This case is allowed to go to the jury. Yes. What is your thoughts about the case?
Okay, we don't need to hear her thought. So she got to go back to court because this woman accused her of slapping her side of her face and pushing her down to the ground.
Now, why she lie like that?
This man is a trip.
You made
But
it.
seriously, that girl can mop her up and down the road. Everybody should even know that.
Sheena, I'm laughing my ass off for him. I'm being Marcus, you're actually entertaining us. I got tears coming down my eyes.
No, but she ain't right though. No, but Sylvia, she probably did that because Sylvia was messing with her and kept on telling the people that she was threatening her and all that, trying to get her through out of court. So then she retaliated. I already know what went down.
Well, they've been going at this since New York. Remember when I don't know if people they were saying
I know. I've been following it then I follow all y'all.
Okay. We need to have you up here more often. I'm glad you came up today. But yeah, she supposedly when they got whatever happened the day before she got arrested, something happened between those two. And
she said that because I went on her page, she said that she kept on lying, talking about she threatened her and all that. So that's why she made up that lie. She told a lie.
Well, what happened? Well, she went to court in the morning. It was on Sylvia's live. She was whispering to her friends, "Oh, there she is." And then I guess Hollywood went into the court and came right back out. And Sylvia was like, "See, they kicked her out." So that pissed her off. She was banned from the court. They had her picture up there and everything.
But both of them got tickets though.
Yeah, she got a ticket. She said she had a $1,500 ticket. But guess what? Oh, Hollywood didn't admit that she got a ticket though. We had to find out from somebody else. She didn't even tell her people she got a ticket. She was lying.
No, but look, she lying. She got a ticket too.
Yeah, she got a ticket.
On everything, because they even said I seen it on the news report because they had it on the news.
She did all that. Listen, she did all that, and Sylvia got all the shine. They gave
both of them tickets.
Sylvia got all the shine from the situation. That's what's messed up. She did all that, and Sylvia got in the paper. She got in the Tribune mentioned. She got more subscribers.
Yeah, but both of them got tickets though. I don't know what they cost. They said old girl got a ticket because she was filming in court.
Yeah, she filmed in court and
denied. And she was riding high. She was riding high until that guilty verdict came.
Well, you know, the scientists have a theory, and that is that none of us are completely normal, that there's something wrong with all of us in some way. But I got to tell you guys.
Speak for yourself, Yulita.
From a Gemini perspective,
I'm a Gemini too.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm a Gemini.
No.
Gemini moon.
Oh, never mind. Forget it. No, what I was gonna say is that these beehive people are on some different level of support. It's extreme. Now, don't get me wrong. We support the victims, true enough, and we will cry about it. We'll hug each other. You know, we'll get on Goddess Dawn's channel and we'll talk about it. I mean, this is some heartfelt stuff. The thought of a child being violated. But these beehive people are on something that is it's just out there in the hemisphere. I don't get it. I don't think it's about money. It's a mental thing. It's like they don't see nothing wrong.
Ain't nowhere in the world. They was in the courthouse when they was playing that audio, and they was taking all that 14-year-old stuff. That's crazy.
They're beyond super fans. They all started out as super fans, and they fell into YouTube. Some of them saw it as a money grab on top of being a super fan, and they just blew it out of proportion. This woman on Goddess Screen, following behind this man, left her husband, left her home, quit her job to go to this court. You know, they are beyond super fans. Yeah, it's just it's beyond crazy. Okay, and then lie to their subs, twist the truth. You know, it's disgusting.
Look, I go over there sometime and listen to them, and they be telling so many lies. I can't listen to this shit.
All right, J-Man.
Yeah, it gets to be a lot, but I like to listen because I be laughing, but I do get mad. I be getting mad though. But yeah, then I come on here and I play. That damn tape. That goddamn tape. That's right. That's right. It's all about the I knew it was about the tapes. You can't get around the tapes.
You said it wasn't no tape, remember? She said it wasn't no tape.
Yeah, they still saying that. They still saying no minors. Where are the minors? Like, people don't grow up. Like, are you stupid? Oh yeah, Marcus is echoing a little bit. Listen, I'm trying to wrap up, y'all. Any last thoughts before we do so?
I just want to say shout out to all the warriors in the chat that been riding with us these past 3 years plus. Thank you for riding with Goddess, Miss
Right.
Della. Thank you, beautiful spirit. We've seen this through. This is a celebration of all that we have been through together. Shout out to all the women and the other men that have survived the abuse and victimization and trauma. All those that are named, and especially those that are not named. Okay, much love and strength and power to y'all. Thank you so much, Goddess, for this platform to allow us to come together with light thoughts, and even those like Machina, appreciate you, that can come and discuss like this intellectual level that we like to talk about over here, because it comes from a place. We have soul over here, baby. We got spirit over here, baby. We got intelligence over here, baby. Okay? And we just still gonna be riding on, so y'all come on back, because we're not done yet.
So you can leave Kim's name out. She ain't here. And everything you said is absolutely true. Thank you, all you guys, warriors, for riding along with us. I enjoy this, but I'm going to tell you, Marcus, I need you to find Freeman for me. That's your job. I mean, when I say I got questions, I need you to find Freeman. So anyway, thank you, what is it, Sheena? I'm just gonna say Sheena. Thank you, Sheena. And God, I'm bad with names. What's the other girl's name? She gonna kill me.
Yulita.
Forgive me. Forgive
You know
me.
what,
That's a
Miss
kiss.
Stella? From here on out, I'm going to talk to your dog and not to you.
No, I'm sorry. I'm tired. See, I had Freeman on my mind. So anyway, thank you guys, and I'm gonna let the next person talk. But Marcus Freeman.
Can I
Bye,
talk
guys.
before Marcus?
I love y'all.
Ladies first.
Okay. I just want to thank Goddess and you ladies on the panel for accepting me over here, even with me having a different opinion. And I've been on the panel before, and I plan on coming back, especially when moving forward, because there's going to be other subjects. And I love a good discussion, different point of views. And that's what I like about this channel. So with that being said, my prayers go out to everybody involved in this situation. It's a lot of people hurt, and my prayers are out with everybody. I mean, even the supporters and the non-supporters, the people that's been following this stuff for years, and the people that is going to courts and wasting their money, which they made just choices of their own. And it could have been me if I kept continuing on with certain people. And I finally said, no, it's not going to be me. I'm not finna get in the system. I love my life. I love my family. So my heart goes out to a lot of people in this whole scenario, bloggers and everybody. It's not easy blogging, Goddess. I know you know that for a fact. Coming from your point of view, you're getting attacked from the other side. And, and I've actually got attacked from y'all side, but not y'all individually. So it's good.
I've been attacked by them too, so it's all good.
So,
I think they attack everybody.
Yeah, they do, unfortunately, and I don't think they're going to stop. But with that being
They
said,
don't
I
have
always.
no choice because it's over with for R. Kelly.
Oh well, we talking about the other people. I don't believe they will stop, but I don't know.
They ain't gonna have no choice because it's over for him. Once he gets
They
7
all
years,
need
it's
to
gonna be over.
do something productive with their channels and leave people alone, But that's not my closing argument. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. This was a great discussion. Thanks for having me, Goddess, and I wish everybody well. Good night.
Thank you so much, Sheena.
You're welcome.
Good night, Sheena.
We apologize for him attacking you.
Oh, girl, I been stood against the strongest men. We'll have to discuss that on the spot of love or something.
Oh, for sure. Shot of love.
Okay. You guys have a good evening. And Goddess, I
You too,
always watch
Sheena.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Sheena. I watch you too. I watch you too. Support Speaks, y'all.
Okay, good night.
Good night.
So, y'all, I just want to also thank everybody. Marcus.
Yes, ma'am.
You got some final words for the people?
No, I just enjoy y'all. I love y'all. I've been watching y'all for a while.
I appreciate that.
You got to come back, Marcus. We enjoyed you so much. Yeah.
We talk about
Make
other
sure you come
stuff,
back,
too.
King.
Showtime.
We talk about other stuff too. And
I
love to have you back,
I
Ken.
watch y'all every day. When you come on, I watch you every day.
Appreciate that. So I want to thank all the warriors in the chat for sure. And of course, like, share, subscribe. We did that shit. Shout out to all everybody who stood up against this motherfucker. Put some hearts and some bells in the chat on this great art. Thank you. And join us. We ain't going nowhere. Keep coming back. Wish you all the best. Much love. Till next time, y'all. Bye.
Good night.